Hey, 49ers faithful. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. San Francisco is absolutely shaking right now, and I mean that in the best way possible. The entire NFL world just got hit with an earthquake of news. Aaron Donald, yes, the Aaron Donald has reportedly signed with the San Francisco 49ers. Nobody saw this coming, and yet, when you think about it, it makes a strange kind of sense. The Niners have been knocking on the door for years. One of the most complete rosters in football, but always just one monster piece away from becoming utterly terrifying. Now, that missing piece seems to have arrived. Donald, one of the most dominant defensive forces in NFL history, wearing that iconic red and gold? That's the stuff of nightmares for quarterbacks and the stuff of dreams for the faithful. People are already calling this the Muralha in San Francisco, the wall that could finally push them over the top. Imagine Nick Bosa on one side and Aaron Donald crashing through the middle. That's not a pass rush, that's a natural disaster. The buzz around Levi's Stadium is something else entirely. Sources close to the organization are saying the deal came together faster than anyone could have predicted. Apparently, there were quiet talks for weeks, but things escalated dramatically over the last 48 hours. Donald, who had been flirting with retirement, seems to have been swayed by one simple factor: the chance to chase another ring with a team built to win now. The Rams' rebuild left him restless, and San Francisco offered him exactly what he craved: an elite defense, a disciplined culture, and a quarterback who can actually keep the offense on the field. Inside sources claim Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch flew out personally to meet Donald, convincing him that the Bay could be his new home. From that moment, everything started moving fast. One insider even described it as a once-in-a-generation alignment of ambition and opportunity. For fans of defense, this is pure poetry. We're talking about a player who doesn't just disrupt plays, he redefines how offensive coordinators think. Donald's leverage, strength, and motor have made him a terror for nearly a decade, and now he joins a front that already includes Bosa, Arik Armstead, and Javon Hargrave. Good luck to any offensive line trying to figure that out. The 49ers defensive coordinator Steve Wilks must be losing his mind with excitement right now. With Donald in the mix, the playbook just doubled in complexity. Blitz packages can become psychological warfare. Coverage schemes can hold longer because the pocket won't last more than 2 seconds. Even the locker room gets an upgrade. Donald's intensity, preparation, and leadership will immediately elevate everyone around him. For years, people said the Niners played with a blue-collar toughness. Well, now they've hired the foreman of destruction himself. But what's even more fascinating is what this means for the rest of the NFC. Remember, the 49ers already had one of the top defenses in the league. Adding Donald isn't just about dominance, it's about intimidation. The message is clear: they're going all in. Philadelphia, Dallas, Detroit, all those contenders suddenly have to rethink their offensive strategies. The 49ers weren't supposed to have the cap space, but somehow Lynch made the numbers dance, restructuring deals and moving money around like a magician. It's aggressive, it's risky, and it screams Super Bowl or bust energy. The echoes of this signing will ripple across the league for months. Even Vegas is reacting. Early reports say Super Bowl odd for the Niners just shifted dramatically. It's one of those moments when you realize this isn't just a signing, it's a statement. And let's talk legacy for a second. For Aaron Donald, this is about more than just football. He already has the rings, the accolades, the respect. This move feels like a final chapter, a statement of intent. Instead of fading away on a rebuilding team, he's choosing to go out swinging, in style, with a contender. For a guy who's always been about excellence, that makes perfect sense. He's walking into a system that will let him focus purely on destruction, without the pressure of carrying the entire defense. Imagine Donald playing alongside Bosa, iron sharpening iron every single practice. That competition, that standard, could take the entire defense to a level we haven't seen since the early 2000s Ravens. It's almost cinematic the way this story is unfolding. The city of San Francisco is already lighting up social media. Fans are flooding comment sections, tagging Donald, posting photoshopped images of him in a 49ers jersey. The excitement is contagious. People are calling it the Muralha do Oeste, the Western Wall, a defensive front so impenetrable it might become legend before it even takes the field. There's talk of special intro videos, limited edition jerseys, and even street murals being planned near Levi's. For a franchise that thrives on energy and identity, this is the perfect jolt. The whispers started as a rumor, but now it feels like the dawn of something massive. San Francisco hasn't just signed a player. They've signed a presence, a force of nature. The rest of the NFL better be paying attention, because when a Muralha rises, there's no escaping the quake. But you know how it goes in this league. Nothing this big happens without shaking up everything around it. The moment news of the signing hit, the Rams fan base exploded. Social media turned into a storm of disbelief, heartbreak, and betrayal. For years, Aaron Donald was the face of that franchise, the anchor of their Super Bowl run, and the embodiment of Los Angeles toughness. Seeing him cross division lines to a rival, that's like watching your hero suit up for the enemy. Rams insiders are reportedly stunned too, with one anonymous source saying, "We thought he was retiring. No one saw San Francisco coming." But that's the business. Loyalty in the NFL lasts only as long as winning does, and Donald clearly wanted one last shot at glory. For the Rams, it's the end of an era. For the Niners, it's the start of a storm. Inside the 49ers locker room, reactions have been electric. Players who've faced Donald for years are suddenly calling him teammate. Fred Warner reportedly said, "We just got the ultimate weapon." Boza, usually stoic, was caught smiling ear to ear during team workouts. There's talk of defensive players staying late, studying film, already scheming how to unleash chaos. Even the offense feels the energy. Brock Purdy told reporters he's thankful not to be the one getting chased anymore. Shanahan, ever the chess master, now has a defense that can win games almost single-handedly. This kind of internal buzz doesn't just lift morale, it changes expectations. The Niners aren't talking about competing anymore. They're talking about conquering. And when you mix Donald's fire with that locker room's hunger, the result could be something historic. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. Across the league, rival executives are grumbling about how San Francisco keeps managing to pull off these blockbuster moves. How does a team that's always deep in the playoff picture keep finding ways to add elite talent? The salary cap gymnastics are raising eyebrows. Some are calling for investigations. Others are just quietly jealous. But that's the Lynch-Shanahan formula. Aggressive, bold, and unapologetically focused on winning. They've built a culture where stars want to come, even at a discount. Donald reportedly turned down higher offers elsewhere because he believed in the system, the coaching, and the city. When a generational player chooses you for the fit, not just the check, that says everything about where your franchise stands. And let's not forget what this means for the young guns on the roster. Guys like Drake Jackson and Kalia Davis suddenly find themselves learning from two of the best defensive linemen alive. The ripple effect could be enormous. Veterans elevate the standard, and Donald's attention to detail is legendary. His warm-ups, his study habits, even his post-game routines, they're all next level. For a team already obsessed with precision, his arrival might turn the entire defensive unit into a machine. Imagine those Monday practices, Donald exploding off the line, Boza matching him stride for stride, Wilkes shouting adjustments as linebackers swarm. That's not practice. That's evolution in real time. You can almost feel the culture hardening, sharpening, ready to forge another Super Bowl run. But beyond the hype and the headlines, there's something deeper here, a story of legacy meeting opportunity. Donald isn't chasing money or fame. He's chasing meaning. He's looking to close his career in a place that matches his intensity, surrounded by players who share his obsession. The 49ers represent that rare blend of tradition and innovation, a team that honors its past but never stops adapting. That's exactly the kind of environment where legends thrive. And make no mistake, if San Francisco wins it all with Donald leading the charge, his legacy will stretch beyond LA and into Bay Area mythology. He could go down not just as a Ram legend, but as the man who helped build the muralha that defined a new 49ers era. And as the season looms, everyone's watching. Every camera, every mic, every rival fan base, all waiting to see what happens when a Titan changes sides. Training camp tickets sold out in minutes. Jersey sales are already spiking. The vibe in the Bay feels different, electric, focused, almost faded. The faithful are dreaming again, and for good reason. Because when Aaron Donald puts his hand in the dirt next to Boza and that crowd roars, it won't just be another game. It'll be a moment that echoes through football history. The muralha has risen in San Francisco, and now the league must brace for impact. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The buzz surrounding Chris Jones also extends to media narratives, with analysts, former players, and insiders contributing to an ever-growing chorus of speculation regarding the 49ers' defensive ceiling. Rumors suggest that this addition could alter the perception of the team in rankings, power indexes, and playoff predictions, as experts reassess the balance between offense and defense in San Francisco. Fans are dissecting film from previous seasons, projecting how Jones' skill set will interact with the team's defensive philosophy, and imagining iconic moments that could define matchups against key rivals. Analysts are predicting shifts in defensive efficiency, including third down stops, red zone performance, and pressure rates, which could all increase significantly with Jones' presence. Social media platforms are flooded with discussions about chemistry, potential rotations, and situational deployment, fueling further anticipation and debate. Even rival teams are reportedly adjusting practice plans and offensive schemes to account for the disruption Jones can cause, acknowledging the strategic challenge he presents. Rumors regarding leadership influence, mentorship opportunities, and locker room dynamics continue to swirl, suggesting that his impact goes far beyond the stat sheet. All these elements combine to create a narrative that positions Chris Jones' signing as not just a transaction, but a transformative event capable of shaping team identity, influencing league perception, and driving conversation across the NFL for an extended period. Finally, the overarching speculation about Chris Jones' arrival is centered on how quickly and dramatically the 49ers' defense could evolve into a dominant, game-altering force. Rumors and insider analysis suggest that Jones' presence might accelerate growth, influence rotations, and elevate teammate performances by forcing offenses into uncomfortable situations on every snap. Fans are envisioning entire games where his presence alone changes play calling, forcing quarterbacks into hasty decisions and backs into disrupted running lanes. Analysts are recalculating projections for sacks, pressures, forced fumbles, and overall defensive impact, taking into account both statistical production and psychological influence. Social media continues to fuel the narrative with predictive graphics, highlight reels, and animated debates, reflecting the excitement, uncertainty, and anticipation surrounding this blockbuster signing. Coaches are reportedly planning situational packages, blitz combinations, and stunts designed to exploit his explosiveness while complementing the strengths of other linemen. The cultural and motivational impact on the team is also part of the speculation, with suggestions that Jones could instill a higher standard of accountability, intensity, and professionalism across the roster. Ultimately, every rumor, projection, and discussion converges on a single understanding. Chris Jones' arrival is a seismic event for the San Francisco 49ers, promising immediate and far-reaching effects that will dominate the NFL narrative and redefine expectations for both fans and competitors alike in the seasons to come. As the rumor solidifies, the final pieces appear to be falling into place for Mike Evans' transition to the 49ers, creating a mix of anticipation, strategy, and speculation that has taken over the NFL landscape. Sources close to both organizations suggest that the final contractual details are being fine-tuned, with attention to salary, performance incentives, and long-term guarantees, all while maintaining a balance between immediate on-field impact and organizational flexibility. Fans are tracking every update, dissecting reports, and imagining the iconic moments that Evans could produce in his debut season, from explosive, deep passes to critical third-down catches that define close games. Analysts are mapping out scenarios for integration, assessing how his route running, physicality, and field awareness will align with the quarterback's tendencies and the offensive coordinator's philosophies. Rumors continue to swirl regarding locker room leadership, mentorship potential, and cultural influence, emphasizing that Evans' arrival could affect not only the offensive output, but also team cohesion, morale, and long-term developmental strategies for younger players. Media coverage, social engagement, and commercial interests are similarly heightened, signaling that this potential signing extends beyond athletic performance into broader economic, cultural, and narrative dimensions. Ultimately, the Mike Evans to 49 Heirs saga represents a perfect storm of talent, timing, and anticipation, capturing the imagination of fans, analysts, and insiders across the NFL universe, and setting the stage for what could be one of the most impactful and closely watched player transitions in recent memory. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.